confundidas soruyoruz. Sen...
I'm gonna have time to talk.
No, sorry.
Teams are coming out, mate. We need to go.
Okay. Okay, feed your food.
Alright, Rice, you're good to go.
Welcome to a beautiful autumnal evening here at Pan Park in Cornwall in the very south of Canberra. It's Hahn Australia Cup qualifying round 3. Live action between Yarabi FC and the Brindabella Blues. Yarabi from the Capital League Open Division 3 against the CPL side that got to the grand final last year. My name's Russ Gibbs, Steve Forshaw as the teams filter out onto the field. Thanks for joining us. First game of the season. How you been?
Really good, thanks Russ. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to this though. I mean, it's your proverbial David versus Goliath sort of clash, but gets the season 2025 further underway after last night's game.
Yeah, last night's game was finished 3-3. West Canberra Wanderers, Western Molonglo close to winning the game as an equaliser right at the very death, and then of course went to penalties. And it finished 5-4 to West Canberra Wanderers, the local derby down there. West Canberra Wanderers through to round 4. They will play the Monero Panthers. I'm not sure that's a reward for them, is it?
Well, it's, again, introduces the magic of the cup, doesn't it? I mean, you never know what's going to happen. We got a clash here tonight where you would expect Brindabella to be too strong for Yarabi. But that's what we thought last year when Yarabi played West Canberra Wanderers, and that went to extra time, and they pushed the CPL team all the way.
And this is a section of the draw, Steve, where the winners of this game play the winners of White Eagles or Burns for a place in the quarterfinals. So it's a chance for one of these two teams, of White Eagles and Burns, to get themselves into that last 8.
Yeah. So, I mean, added incentive, isn't it, to do well today. But look, Yarabi are an unknown quantity at this level. They're a different squad from what they had last year. We don't know what to expect from them. But it's a game where they can just attack it with all the freedom in the world because there's no expectation on them. So with that sort of freedom, you can expect an upset, or you can get an upset.
Well, let's have a look at the team that finished 5th in the Capital League Open 3 last year line-up tonight. They start with Alex Sudonic in goal. Back 4 of Jared Nichols at right back, Jaden Gray at left back. Chris Highfield will partner Dom Giampaolo in the centre of defence. Not the Dom Giampaolo that played in the Premier League, but the other Dom Giampaolo. The midfield 4, Bob Huang on the right, Ethan Tobbett on the left, Ben Rolfe and Stephen Ikoro in the middle. Ali Samir will be just behind, we're told, Nathan Leluca up front. On the bench, Ethan Berry, Eric Peng, Charles Bob, Oliver Wallenius and Sebastian De Julio. Brindabella Blues, well, as I said, they finished 4th in the CPL last year. They went on a run and they got to the grand final. They're beaten by Queanbeyan City, who now play in the Premier League, of course. Ray Juna's side will go with the familiar tried and tested 4-4-2. Reece Flishinger in goal. David Gurney, Ollie Vitchins, Daniel Munoz and Jacob Ayul are the back 4. Riley Williams, Finn Harmer, Lachlan Marjorie Banks and Kieran Allen, the midfield 4. Curtis Shaver partners Henry Wilkes up top. 6 on the bench for the Blues as they're allowed in the cup. Nico Blaskovic, sub-goalkeeper Seb Bella Rowan, Daniel McAnee, Jonathan John, Christopher John, both signed from Ugali, and Prabnol Upal, the 6th substitute as well. No Jamie Ward for the Blues tonight. He was amongst the goals last season. There is a Marjorie Banks. Jack Marjorie Banks has gone into the Premier League. Lachlan Marjorie Banks has come to replace him.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's a far more familiar outfit for the Brindabella Blues. We're used to seeing a lot of these guys playing in the CPL. Like you said, finished 4th last year, made the grand final. They'll be going into this game very confident that they can be in the next round. But it's the cup. Anything can happen in the cup.
Well, they've come a long way to play a home game here, Yarabi. They play and train at Palmerston District Playing Fields, adjacent to the Palmerston Primary School on Kosciuszko Avenue, way up north.
Wow.
They're very down south here because their ground obviously doesn't have lights. Brindabella Blues, this is their home ground. They're nominally the away team tonight, but whether that will give them an advantage. You might notice, those of you that have seen cup ties here before, the pitches move slightly. Used to be a bit closer to the fence to our left where Michael on camera is pointing now. That means the floodlight, which was always dark in the corner, is now over the field, and we should get better lighting.
Excellent.
So that makes for better for us. Crowd trickling in as well. Our match officials tonight, Aisha Strutt is our referee, Benjamin Cracknell and Tom Love are the assistants as they will come out in front of us. This is Brindabella Blues' 9th entry into the Australia Cup qualifying. They're yet to get past round 4. This year draw, though, makes some favourites to beat that drought.
Yes, I would think so. I mean, I'm not going to sort of predict anything other than a Brindabella win, but I'm looking forward to seeing how Yarabi actually approach the game, because if they can approach it, like I said, with a degree of freedom, if they go out there purely and simply to enjoy the occasion, then I think they can get something out of the game in terms of progression towards this season proper.
Well, if you carried on walking now, you'd be in the Yarabi team. They've lined up right in front of you as they walk out onto the field. Shadows lengthening across Irpan Park here. There is another game on tonight. Canberra Juventus versus Narrabundah over at Merrow Synthetic. For those of you at home that might be able to hear us but not see the pictures at the moment, we're just fixing that for you.
You're better off not seeing me.
Well, you can't, mate. The Blues in the yellow and Yarabi in the blue.
Yeah, when they were lining up, I thought the blue team was in fact Brindabella, but no, they're in the away strip.
We're going to kick off a bit late here as well, which is always a miracle. A few flies buzzing around.
Oh, we've got some visitors.
We saw a couple of dogs running across the park earlier on as well, didn't we? There was a little toy poodle or something and an Alsatian,
Yeah.
Slightly different size.
Yeah, the poodle nearly choked that Alsatian.
It was like yapping away, wasn't he, at the heels?
Just talking about the park, it's not in great nick. The goalmouth, certainly at the changing room end, is very, very damaged, and there is a really quite considerable bare patch in the other half. So you never know, do you? With a poor surface, the best football team might just struggle.
Well, we're back here again tomorrow. Woden Valley play Mandurah at this very venue again. Sam Watson will join me from 6:30 for that one. So we'll see how this pitch holds up. Luckily, the weather's been pretty good over the last week or two. It's a balmy evening, mid-20s at the moment.
Gorgeous.
Shorts and T-shirt for yourself.
Yes. Brave man. It's this far south, you usually get snow.
Well, you can actually, can you? Another hour and a bit down the highway and you're into Cooma. And
yeah, very interesting to see how Yarabi approach this, because I'm not expecting anything different from Brindabella than we've seen in the past. They're very direct, they're very physical, they're good in transition. The Curtis Schaefer, they've got a proven goal scorer. So I'm imagining that they'll go back to front really quick, try and hit Schaefer early, and the kickoff.
we're about to get ourselves underway. The magic of the cup. Nathan Lukas over the ball for Yarabi. You get the feeling the lower ranked team in this will need to take their chances, Steve. Set pieces might be their route to goal. And the first ball forward is from Stephen Okoro.
Yeah, I think you're right, Russ. They're going to have limited amount of chances you would expect, so they've got to be clinical. And if they can get the ball and keep it under control, then they might just frustrate Brindabella.
Daniel Munoz to send it forward. Cultured central defender Munoz caused a lot of havoc, scored a cracking free kick against Belconnen United in the preliminary final last year, and he's won his team a first corner via the head of central defender Chris Highfield.
Certainly is responsible for setting up a lot of their attacks. He picks up the ball, he's got, as you say, cultured left foot, and he will go long on a consistent basis, looking to get in behind the Yarabi back four.
Well, he is the set-piece expert, Munoz. Ollie Vitchins has gone up from the back. He scored 8 goals last season, the big central defender. He's an obvious target in the middle.
I think he scored against Belconnen at McKellar, talking about Munoz scoring the free kick.
Good free kick, a corner rather, into the middle. Met again by Highfield. He might have to do that a few times tonight, the big central defender for Yarabi.
Met that well.
Trying to keep Sidonic unoccupied. Munoz again to lift it to that near post. Might come out here for Finn Harmer, who's got the shot away, but lacked any real power to beat Sidonic. Finn Harmer promoted from the squad this year.
Cool.
Drop, Ethan, drop, get in there.
Hello. Yeah.
Early stages, it's...
And under control, remote control.
I understand, Steve, people still having issues at home
with vision.
with vision. Ball swung into the penalty area towards the far post. Gurney's come in on the volley. Hasn't quite got there to direct it goalwards in any case. And it'll be seen out. Well, you can hear us, but you can't see us. So we will describe what we're seeing. It's a goal kick to Yarabi till the pictures come back, Steve. We've turned into radio mode.
Yeah. Look, in early stages, it's the pattern that's being set is Brindabella in territorial dominance.
Up.
And I think you're going to see that a lot.
Well, Nathan Aluka was chasing that. Ball's halfway inside the Brindabella half at the moment. Ollie Vitchins has it on the edge of his penalty area. Slides it to this near side to David Gurney. Turns and rightfully clips the ball forward, looking for the run of Wilkes. It'll be met halfway inside Yarabi's half and volleyed clear by Dom Giampaolo. It'll be a throw about 15 metres from the corner flag. And Curtis Schaefer's come across to try and launch one in towards the penalty area. Blues have put 5 up into this attack. And here's a long throw from Schaefer. It'll drop halfway inside the box. And volley clear. Only to the edge of the area. Coro's won the header. Knocked it back across goal. And Bob Huang is beaten to it. Riley Williams tries to go on the outside. Jacob Ayul getting involved as well. And it'll be a Yarabi throw on that far side, Steve.
Yeah. It's sort of all hands to the pump at the moment for Yarabi, but they're defending okay. They're staying nice and compact. They're playing towards the change.
Have taken the lead, Stephen. It's taken them 5 minutes to break the deadlock.
Unfortunately, from a Yarabi point of view, that is not the start that they needed. But I've got to say, even at this early stage, it looked like it was coming. In the end, the weight of possession, the number of set pieces they've been able to get in the penalty area, they've been able to capitalise. Good start for Brindabella, not so much for Yarabi Blues.
Beautifully delivered set piece from Riley Williams towards the far post, and Curtis Schaefer was there to bundle it in from the net. They're on the attack here again. Yarabi trying to clear it with Huang on the far side. He's lost out again to Henry Wilkes. On the edge of the penalty area, trying to dance their way through here. Riley Williams, he's going to get a free kick some 20 metres out, and that's a yellow card coming out.
Oh, dear, that's harsh.
I think it might be for Bob Huang, was it? Or was it for number 34, Dom Giampaolo?
I can't tell from...
Might have been Giampaolo, but the free kick's been awarded about half a metre outside the penalty area, over on the far side to the left of the D as we look at it.
Your danger signs here for Yarabi.
Well, this is Munoz territory, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah.
right on the cusp of the penalty area. It's going to suit the right foot curler.
The defending very deep as well. I mean, they, you know, even if he was to place this into far post, near post rather than shoot, and I think he will shoot, but the goalkeeper's got no room to come. So everybody's crowding the goalkeeper, leaving him with probably 5 metres.
Schaefer's over the ball. He'll step away from it. He's the right-footed option. Munoz is the left-footed option from the edge of the penalty area. The wall is back to 10. There's 5 in the wall. It's Schaefer with the right foot. It's taken a deflection, and it came off of Ben Rolfe and will be another corner for Brindabella Blues. This was a side, Steve, that they scored from.
Yeah, and you would expect a similar sort of delivery. The first, like I think you mentioned, the last one into a dangerous area, and they were able to win it. And I can't imagine there's going to be any less quality on this one. We're being attacked here.
We are, a whole pile of bugs coming around. Riley Williams again from that left side to swing it towards the far post. Dangerous ball against Sudonic. Got 2 hands on it, can't hold on to it, and it's hacked off the goal line by Yarabi as it was dropping in. I think it was Highfield who was back there who's done the defensive duties. It will be another corner on this near side.
I think they're, I'm afraid they're all over the place defensively, and it's only a matter of time before Brindabella take further advantage of this. But if they can sort of hold on for 10 minutes, there might be a bit of a chance.
Miller swings it in. I think he's headed that against his own post, perhaps.
I think it came off the defender in front of him. It was a double
maybe
touch.
It did.
Yeah.
Be another corner again.
Yeah. I mean, these are causing all sorts of drama. Go short with this one, though.
Yeah, Munoz has gone short. It's got it back from Gurney onto that trusty left foot, twisting and turning, and then dinking into the penalty. And Schaefer's going to rise highest. It's bouncing all over the place, and Schaefer volleys it home from the top of the 6-yard box. And in the 9th minute, Brindabella Blues have a second, and Curtis Schaefer is at the double.
Well, some erratic defending from the set pieces has led to both goals being scored by Curtis Schaefer, and you can't really say that it's unexpected. There's a difference in class here. So Yarabi have really got to sort of pull the socks up and just try and get something out of the game.
They have not been able to deal with the Brindabella Blues set pieces. And as Ikoro gets the game back underway, and Luka rather gets the game back underway, they can't get hold of it, and they've lost it again, and immediately the Blues are on the attack, and Wilkes is through the middle, and it's a last-ditch tackle from Chris Highfield, sliding across to deny him a third. Brilliant defending, but at the expense of yet another set piece.
And that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, it is good defending, it is a good tackle, it's a good challenge. It's stopped what would have been the third, but they give away another set piece, and they haven't dealt with the set pieces since a kickoff.
Williams again will look to deliver. His last 2 have been superb. It's the right-footed in-swinger again. It's really good again. It's off the line again. It's still loose in front of goal, and it's nodded away. Sudonic has caught it on the goal line. I'm not sure how it didn't go in. Jacob Ayul got the final touch, I think, because from a Blues perspective, it was almost 3. But every set piece is looking like it might end up in a goal.
Full credit to the goalkeeper there. He's done well. I mean, they did get first contact there, which is something they haven't been able to do in the other set pieces. And the goalkeepers ended up with a sort of one-handed save, you might say.
I can only apologise for the lack of images for everybody at home. Ollie Vitchin's right-footed has swept it forward to the far side. The flag has gone up. First offside.
Yeah, there's no need for that. Should be looking across the line there.
Hopefully... We're told we're back for the second goal, so we can actually go back to normal commentary.
Excellent.
Makes it easier for us not to talk so much, mate. Let the pictures do the talking. Curtis Schaefer with 2 if you've just joined us. Thanks for sticking with us. Yarabi have it all to do. Ray Junor would have been delighted with this start, though, for his team, wouldn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the one thing that sort of psychologically balances the thing up is that you don't want to go out to a team that's lower than you in the competition. So there's been some nervousness from the Brindabella Blues, but that has been put to bed.
Jared Nichols with a throw. Ayul's won it. We'll get a free kick all over the back of Bob Hoy. I'm going to first chance, perhaps, to see Yarabi as an attacking threat. Set piece for them.
Well, this is the furthest up the park they've been, so they want to be taking advantage of this if they can.
Well, they've loaded the penalty area.
Yeah, but
8 up in this,
but
for this free kick.
Brindabella have got everybody back, so it's not that risky.
Stephen Okoro is the tallest Yarabi player, the number 4.
Well, they need to put this into a good area and let them attack it.
Nichols with the free kick then. Can he find the right ball in? Yarabi could do with a goal. Plenty to aim for, plenty back. Crowded penalty area. Swung in over the head, Flissinger lets it go. Just a note on the striker, Nathan Aluka. Apparently had a little bit of trouble registering himself for Yarabi this season. He registered himself 8 times on the play football, and he only just got himself over the line for tonight's game by getting it done yesterday, I think it was.
I don't want to see his bill for registration. 8 times.
The system's caused some issues for people this year, but poor old Nathan Aluka, 8 times he's decided to register himself. Keen.
Perseverance.
Absolutely.
Perseverance. Got to persevere to succeed.
He's going to need some perseverance tonight, isn't he? Because he's running a lone furrow. Ali Samir is his nominal partner playing in the 10 role. Belly had a kick between them at the moment. Munoz to slide it up.
Good defending, well read.
Yeah, picked off nicely by Nichols. Ayul in the sunshine. Schaefer came off his shin.
Oh, there you go.
Here's Samir. Created the 50-50, really, which Ethan Talbot really didn't want. Comes for Rolf. Okoro. Tough one for Nichols. This is Yarabi's 3rd entry into the Australia Cup qualifying. They're yet to win a match. They came close last year, though, losing on penalties in that 4-4 epic with West Canberra Wanderers.
Yeah, I was there with you with that one.
Well, 3 of their goals they scored last year came post the 100th minute. The equaliser came 11 minutes into stoppage time. And then they almost lost it, didn't they, with Virgil Mertu from hitting the bar from halfway from the kickoff. There's a chance for a Luka and an opportunity on the break for Rolf to send it across. Finn Harmer is well positioned. Half-hearted shouts for handball.
Yeah, I think they'll be lucky to get a decision from there.
It's a nice touch from Kieran Allen. Those of you who watch a lot of CFL would have seen Kieran Allen in action this year in the local indoor competition. Okoro going to clip it forward. Met by Gurney. Here is Allen. Looking to twist away. Gurney. Back to Flissinger. Been around for a while now, Reece Flissinger. Good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very, very reliable, solid goalkeeper. I mean, there's been games where last year they were under pressure and he kept them in it.
Munoz steps in as Okoro looked to find Samir. Gurney.
He did a really extensive warm-up before this game. I'm not sure he's going to get that many touches.
Got to keep yourself prepared. Allen beaten to it by Rolf. Really good challenge. Same likewise from Gurney. Here's Allen again.
Well, they've managed to get the game further up the pitch. They're playing in the midfield 3rd now, Yarabi, and they're battling away quite well.
Bit of cup nerves, I should say, in the first 10 minutes or so, perhaps.
Maybe. They've got themselves into it a little bit more now. I mean, 2-0 down, they're fighting uphill, but at least they're showing that they can compete.
Curtis Schaefer was the main man in terms of goals for the Blues last year. He got 10 of them. They ended the season 4th in the CPL last year. Defeated Belco in the elimination final. ANU in the prelim final. Went down to Queanbeyan City, as we all remember.
Dan Santric, super goal, wasn't it?
It's the only goal that Dejan Santrac scored last season, and it was in the grand final, and it was a cracker. It's a little late there from Schaefer.
Could have played on there.
Jaden Nichols felt that.
Oh, no.
It was a yellow card for Curtis Schaefer to go with his brace of goals.
I'm not sure that we need to be getting yellow cards out this early in the game.
Well, Asia Strutt setting a stall out.
Yeah.
2 yellow cards. Not sure who the first one was for. We will try and clear that up for you. I think it was Dom Giampaolo, but it might have been Bob Huang. But it was one of the, whoever made the foul.
Yeah.
I would ask someone at home who it was, but they couldn't see.
Couldn't see it, yeah.
The screen was black, so...
We couldn't see it. We could see it, but didn't. And they couldn't see it.
Between us, we've got one good eye, haven't we? from this kind of range.
I could say something about that.
Yarabi have the free kick then. as they seek a way back into the cup tie. Juventus, Narrabundah, the other game going on this evening. Alan nods it away. Wilkes tried to roll it down the line, looking for the run of Harmer. He's been quite impressive, Finn Harmer. I saw him on in pre-season match in the week, and they were playing pretty well. The young midfielder who's been promoted to the squad from the youth setup. They like to do that here, don't they? Brindabella and Lena Fioresi in the youth setup, and Ray Junner.
They've got a good setup.
Top tier.
Yeah, they've got a good solid base of juniors, and they're the sort of club, I think, that is the model for a lot of the other clubs that are not, you know, that wealthy, can't sort of attract players through other means. They need to build from the bottom up, and they've done it successfully.
Well, there might be dark horses to push towards the title this year, Brindabella Blues.
They're always there or thereabouts.
They're generally, we've mentioned this on them before, they generally start really badly and then get better towards the end of the season. Last year was the complete opposite of that.
That's
they
right.
had a horror end of the campaign, still managed to scrape in at fourth and then picked up their form again to make the final. But they have played in a couple of grand finals in 3 years now and lost them both. They will feel their time is due. Here's Schaefer.
It's a stronger competition, I feel, this year, the CPL. A lot of the teams have strengthened. So if you're, if you're basically standing still,
you'll go backwards.
You'll go backwards.
Here's Gurney. Looking to lift it into the area. Schaefer helps it on. Ayul was lurking on the far post. I saw him play here on the weekend, Jacob Ayul. His brother Gabriel was in the Queanbeyan side in the friendly that they played here. In the match beforehand, young Ben Davids was playing for Brindabella Blues. His younger brother Alex Davids was in the Queanbeyan City setup.
It's a family affair all right.
So, yeah, but in different teams, which is interesting. It's quite liberating, I think, for brothers sometimes to move clubs, isn't it?
I don't think it hurts.
Because you don't play them with your brother all the time and
that's right.
Getting compared.
I mean, you've got the Yadrick brothers that'll be playing at Canberra, Croatia this year.
They will, yeah.
But the younger brother is playing with Belconnen's under-18s.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just wants to get out of the team.
Look, I think he's happy at Belconnen, and who knows what happens in the future, but he's a decent lad, good player.
But the Subasic's are signed for Canberra Croatia as well. Nicky Subasic alongside Danny Subasic. Yeah, younger brother. Cristiano is a bit of a goal machine in the lower grades for Canberra Croatia. Keep an eye out for that name. One you won't forget, Cristiano Subasic. Lofted forwards. Crowd's picking up quite nicely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Behind us and under the trees.
It's just such a lovely night, isn't it? You couldn't ask for better conditions.
Well, it's a picturesque venue, this one, isn't it? Beautiful.
Set in the trees.
At Ipan Park.
Yeah, set in amongst the trees. And plenty of shade around, no breeze today. And even if there is a breeze, you get a little bit of shelter because of the trees. But it is a nice setting. The pitch is poor. It could do with a bit of tidying up. But great facility, or could be.
Well, the Blues have another set piece and another chance to test Srdonic in the Yarabi goal. Munoz over it again. Obvious targets. Schaefer is in there. Vitchins has made his way forward too. Blues seeking what might be a match-killing third. Swept into the near post. His worst delivery yet for Munoz. Going to get a second bite of the cherry though. And lofts that towards the far post. It was dipping, but the keeper had it covered.
He did, I think, but it wasn't a bad effort. But I think Yarabi would be better served if they just pushed out a little bit from those set pieces. They're defending too close to the goalkeeper. And that gives Brindabella an opportunity to attack that ball as it goes. Like you say, though, poor delivery on that occasion.
It's been a goal in the other game tonight, in the Australia Cup qualifying, and it's a goal to Canberra Juventus against Narrabundah. Patrick Shaw on target. Juve 1, Bunda 0. Perhaps expected.
Yes.
Getting our updates from Ben Townsley over there. Loves his football, Ben Townsley, doesn't he?
He's actually hurt himself. He won't be. I don't think he'll play this year.
Well, he was signed for Juventus, I think, wasn't he?
He was going to, but then he because of his kickboxing, he's heavily involved in the kickboxing, and he couldn't train. So he basically said that he wasn't going to play. Then he had a sort of farewell hit out in a friendly, and he's done his ACL and his meniscus. So.
Ouch, that's wishing him a quick recovery.
Yeah.
They're not missing him because straight from the kickoff they've scored again. Tom Cosentini has made it Juventus 2, Narrabundah 0. Juventus on their way to the 4th round where they will play Ugali at home.
In Canberra.
In Canberra, should they get that result done. They're 2-0 up and looking pretty at the moment, much like the Brindabella Blues here. Finn Harmer under pressure. 13 different players scored for Brindabella last season, led by the 10 from Curtis Schaefer, who's got 2 off the mark already tonight. Ayul, opportunity for a third here. Jacob Ayul, can he pick out the right ball? It's Schaefer, and it's off the base of the post, and the rebound is drilled home by Henry Wilkes, and Brindabella Blues have 3.
Yeah, I guess a little bit fortunate that it bounces back to them, but I think Yarabi will be a little bit disappointed that they weren't quick enough to react to that rebound.
And it might be game, set and match midway through the first half.
We certainly haven't seen enough from Yarabi to see that they would score 4. But nonetheless, it would be a shame if they dropped the heads completely and this blew out to a sort of cricket score. I'd like to see them keep going, show some determination to be at least better than they've been in the first sort of 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Well, Schaefer might have scored. The post denied him. Henry Wilkes, alert. Good example for any youngsters watching. Keep on your toes in the penalty area. You never know when your chance will come. And didn't he tuck it away well?
He tucked it away really well. Very composed. Stuck it in the corner. No saving of them.
Bagged himself 5 goals last season, which I don't think was commensurate with his work rate, to be honest. He deserved more. It's a mistake at the back here. Here's Wilkes. Gurney.
Poor ball,
yeah, he's disappointed with himself, isn't he? Poor old Ethan Talbot kicked it off his own foot.
Yeah.
Yarabi, let's be honest, they came into this. They did tell us they didn't fancy their chances, didn't they? They said they were here for the experience as well. They enjoy the cup. They're a bit rough with their draw, to be honest, weren't they? In this round of the competition, this is the hardest game they could possibly have got.
I mean, if they'd have been drawn against Narrabundah, perhaps you'd have got a more even contest. I'm not being disrespectful to Narrabundah, but you know, this is a mountain too high for Yarabi. It's really important, though, if they want to get something out of this game in terms of the experience, in the terms of what might happen for the rest of the season, that they don't give up, that they keep working hard.
Munoz. Well, this is a team, let's remember, Steve, that finished 4th last year and pushed Queanbeyan City in that grand final all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, in fact, you know, that's a team now that's gone up to the Premier League. Their form hasn't been great. They have only won 2 of their last 6 CPL matches, or they did win it to the grand final. They have only conceded 6 goals in their last 8 competitive games, though.
Yeah.
They were struggling to score last season. It's not been a problem for them tonight.
No, and I think, obviously, the difference in class between CPL and Yarabi is obvious. But this is a team that knocked Belconnen out of the semi-finals, knocked ANU out of the semi-finals last year, made the grand final and pushed Queanbeyan, as you suggest. So they're no mugs. They can play. And Yarabi will be thinking the football gods are a bit against them when they've had to draw such a high-quality side.
They have had some epic high-scoring matches in round 3 of the Cup of Brindabella Blues. Back in 2016, they put Goulburn Strikers to the sword with a 6-0 win. The following year, they lost 5-3 to Western Molonglo. In 2019, they beat Narrabundah here 4-3 in a game that we covered, as we did in 2021 when they went down 5-4 home to Wagga City. 2023, they beat Burns here 7-0. Sorry, Burns away 7-0, and they lost to Wagga here last year. Only the 3 goals in that game. But this match in this round is generally a goal fest when Brindabella are involved. They're living up to it tonight.
Absolutely. I don't think we've finished at 3, that's for sure. But wouldn't it be nice if Yarabi could get one, though?
It would, unless you're a Blues fan, of course.
That's a great defensive header. He picked his goalkeeper out really smartly.
Poor old Alex Sidonic. There's not much he could have done with a couple of the goals.
No.
Here's a Coro crowded out in the middle of the park and then brings down Schaefer. Lachlan Marjoribanks might have wanted to play on there.
And could have.
But judging by the rewards they've been getting from their set pieces, they won't be too disappointed.
No. No. And Munoz strides purposely forward to actually take this again.
It's about 2 or 3 times we've seen free kicks in these kind of areas, and people like Kieran Allen and Curtis Schaefer have had a look at it, and Munoz just comes up from the back and waves them away.
Yeah. Seniority takes place.
Yeah, I've got this. It's okay. And he might be able to drop this in a really dangerous area.
I mean, you might as well have a ping.
He might well, and he does. And it does dip, and it hits the crossbar. Where's the rebound? Vitchins is there, and the keeper's made a decent save.
He has. And it's almost a goal kick. I thought he might have punched it back off the Brindabella player, but that's a good save. Good effort to hit the crossbar. And the goalkeeper's reacted well to the second chance.
Yeah, Munoz with one of his specialities. What's Williams got under his belt?
I mean, it was the middle of the goal, wasn't it? So you would expect the keeper to do well, but it beat him, and the crossbar saved him.
Deep this time, Vitchins beaten to it. Good defensive header by Jaden Gray.
Yep.
And it's, I think the flag's up anyway. Did it go out of play before he headed, or was there a push?
It must have been a push. It can't be anything else. It didn't go out of play.
Well, interesting, and I think he's given a goal kick. Could have sworn that came off of Jaden Gray, but Yarabi aren't going to complain.
No. Might be the luck they need to get back in it.
Well, they need something. They're 3-0 down at the moment. But they will keep going. One in midfield by Marjorie Banks. Williams. He's been busy, Riley Williams, hasn't he? Not just with the set pieces, but getting involved in midfield.
Yep. I mean, I think the only danger from here on in for Brindabella is that they get too cocky.
Yeah, a little bit of complacency, perhaps. It's a strange old setup. You'll see when the camera comes down to the left that both benches are right next to us. We're on the halfway line, but this is because they've moved the field.
Yeah.
The technical areas are to our right and left. It's a strange old setup. Williams is chasing. Sadonjic come to get it. It's a nice evening here in Canberra. The day's been warm. It's cooled down quite nicely. Perfect conditions for football. Here's Samir. He's got in. Vitchins came back to win it. Samir again under pressure from Harmer. And Jaden Gray wins the throw. No Harry Menzies to bail them out this year for Yarabi. He's now moved to Queensland. Scored a couple of goals late on their goal-scoring superstar last year, did Harry Menzies. Saw him in England in January. Came over on the tour I was on for a brief moment.
Yeah. It's a decent player. He was coaching at Radford last year, and he did a great job with a team that was really struggling. And Adam, who's the coach of Yarabi, has taken over that role. Worked with Harry last year and has taken over the head coaching role at Radford.
Another good young coach.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Really well.
Yeah, Harry Menzies did all the cones and warm-up for us in Bury last year. Northern England. Gig Lane holds 12,000.
Gig Lane. It was closed at one stage when they went bankrupt.
They've just bought it back as a club, and they've relayed the turf there. They've got this state-of-the-art hybrid
a lot of clubs
grass astroturf.
Yeah.
A beautiful setup.
Yeah.
Over in the north-west of England.
Here's a piece of insignificant information for you. I went to Gig Lane to watch a relegation playoff or Bury were in the hunt to either go up or go down. When we got there, it was packed. Couldn't get in. Couldn't get a ticket. But we're talking about 1972.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Showing your age, Steve. There'll be lots of people that weren't born. I wasn't even born then. And I'm old as well.
Well, I mean, Bury were in the Football League somewhere. Yeah, Gig Lane. Went from school with me dad.
One of those wonderful, evocative football grounds that's tucked away in the housing estates in the UK.
Here's another bit of useless information. A lad that I used to play with in Brisbane years and years ago, David Tuckerman, season ticket holder at Bury.
There you go. Wonder if he still is.
Yeah.
Still is, okay. Yeah. Enjoying it. They're playing really well at the moment. They had a huge crowd there on the weekends. Again, as they aim for promotion. Northwest Counties League, I think, or something like that. Might be Northern Premier League now. Anyway, we digress. Munoz at the back for the Blues. Does well. Finds Ayul. Likes to get down the wing, Jacob Ayul.
Yeah, good left foot too. Oh.
Space on this near side for Gurney.
He's not going to get there, I don't think, is he?
Just about does so. Picked out well by Williams, and he wins the corner off of Gray. And a chance of Wichens to jog forward again.
Yeah, Munoz is leaving this one alone. He's not taking this one.
Quite impressed by a lot of people on the fence line behind us. A lot of youngsters around tonight as well.
Yeah.
A lot of Brindabella Blues kids in their kits. Maybe they're ready for a half-time kick around. Gurney back for Williams to loft it towards a far post. It's come to Wichens, who popped it into the area, but there was no one alert. Schaefer was complaining about a little shove in the back, I think.
Doesn't want much, does he? Yeah, trying to get Ayul in again there down that left-hand side, but just a slightly overhit. That may be the only thing that's disappointing Ray Jenner at the moment, that some of the distribution's been a bit sloppy. Other than that, they're well on top.
Ollie Wichens at the back to lift it forward. Just had a message from Michael Reed, who I spent a lot of time in the UK with, drinking coffee and other refreshments.
It's young blokes playing over
Campbell's,
there.
yeah, Campbell Reed's dad. He's doing really well, played for the Australian schoolboys over there.
Yeah.
Bagged himself 4 goals, I think, on the weekend in Nantwich's under-21 team.
I saw something about that on Facebook.
He's absolutely flying at the moment. He's going to play for Australian schoolboys over here in April against New Zealand, I believe, in Sydney. So if you're around in Sydney area and you want to go and watch the Australian schoolboys in April the 21st, I believe that is.
Well, April the 14th, Bill Connon, under-18s, are playing the New Zealand schoolboys in a warm-up match for them.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Well, that's what we're working on at the moment. Good experience for them.
It will be a great experience for them. Hoping to go myself in April. Get up there to watch that.
Well, yeah, we played the week before at Valentine's Park. I think they're playing somewhere else, aren't they, the International?
You think so, yeah. Ikoro under pressure from Marjorie Banks, who's won it back nicely and picks his pass to Allen. Runners ahead. Schaefer's one, peeling off his Williams. He'll probably keep this in. Looking to take on his marker. Jared Nichols did well, though, to stand tall. Now here's Aluka. Difficult for them to get hold of it, isn't it? And when they do, it's coming straight back.
Yeah, no, look, they're battling away, but they're not quite up to this standard. But look, the hit out will do them good.
Harmer.
I mean, if nothing else, they'll know where their vulnerabilities are.
Good ball in for Gurney. Wilkes comes, and Sidonic got there first.
Good goalkeeping, read it well.
Needed to, otherwise Wilkes was walking it into an empty net. Huang. Bit of space for Ikoro. Out to this near side for Gray.
This is the best bit of possession football they've had since the game started.
A lot of it revolves around the number 3, Ben Rolfe, doesn't it, in the middle?
Yeah.
Long ball from the back by Gianpaolo.
Yeah,
Rolfe is going to run onto it. All right-footed, but it's effective for him.
Yeah, he's done well there.
Ethan Talbot. Better football, this.
Yeah.
Highfield, switch of direction. Nichols.
Kills it well.
And a chance to deliver into the penalty area. Flissinger comes, and that was nice from Yarabi.
That's the best bit of football they've played since we started, so they'll be really encouraged by that. I mean, that's good goalkeeping as well from Flissinger, who's not been involved in the game at all.
Has to keep you alert, don't you? You've got the opportunity might come at any stage. It's a good switch as well from Marjorie Banks, looking for David Gurney here. Allen.
Well done.
And Coro got there.
Oh.
They're giving it away, though.
Yeah, they have, but it was a bit unlucky.
Williams too close to the keeper on that occasion. 3 goals for the Blues, 2 in the first 10 minutes. From Curtis Schaefer, Henry Wilkes halfway through the half. 10 minutes to the break here. 3-0 to Brindabella. Vitchins has won it. Harmer.
This is the difference between the two sides. When Brindabella get it, they can get high up the pitch straight away. Whereas when Yarabi get it, they find it very difficult to get out of their own penalty area.
I've got some sponsors to thank, but I did leave the notes for them in the car.
It's a good place.
They're right there behind me, but I can't get them at the moment. But I will talk about our sponsors at half-time, because without them we wouldn't be here.
Well, you haven't got long to wait. It'll be half-time within a few minutes. And it's a half that has been dominated by the Brindabella Blues, who are playing, of course, in yellow tonight. Another corner, another set piece, another chance for
Williams to send it in, yeah. Ikoro's won the header. It's up and not far away, though. Wilkes is lining one up. The ricochet could go anywhere.
I think that would hit his own player. Long-standing servant to Brindabella, David Gurney. Very consistent performer.
Wilkes beaten to it.
Declan has been summoned.
He has.
He's up and about.
Ikoro. Munoz, nice touch for Ale. Williams, he's loving that flank, isn't he? Riley Williams tonight.
Yeah,
getting a lot of joy.
A lot of space.
Wilkes to slide it through. Schaefer's in again. And Curtis Schaefer, well, could have had a hat-trick and potentially should have.
I think he should have, yeah. He should certainly be hitting the target from there. But great football. Great ball in behind. I think it was probably meant for
Wilkes,
but Schaefer making a diagonal run. Got on the end of it and probably should have done better when he did that. But they're just looking a little fatigued now, and they're looking for the half-time break, Yarabi, and maybe that'll give them an opportunity to reset.
There's been a third goal for Juventus. Tom Cosentini's got a second. Juventus 3, Narrabundah 0.
Another game that's probably over at half-time.
Juve looking like they're going to play Ugali in round 4. Run from Jaden Gray. Munoz. Very calm and collected, isn't he? Interesting character, Daniel Munoz, because when you've seen him play, you think you want to get him further forward on the ball as much as you can, but from that deep-lying central defensive position, he can dictate with his passing.
And does. He's very creative. He's, you know, the epitome of the ball-playing centre-half. So he's a real weapon for...
It's an offside here against Curtis Schaefer early in the build-up, I think.
Yeah, it was. But the Brindabella rely heavily on him to get that ball forward, and his distribution is first class. But if you can get him on his right foot, you might find that it's a different thing, because he is predominantly left-footed.
Oh, bugs are back. Flying away.
Did Declan open his wallet?
That's where all the bugs have come from, for sure. He has done me a service and got me the notes, so I will read them all at half-time. But we thank our sponsors, Allstate Towing, Electro Tinj, Deakin Club, Kitro Excavations, Rhythm Snowsports, Canberra PC Repair, LG Hooker, and Xela Constructions for their support of the Australia Cup here. Kieran Allen skips through. Comes out as far as Finn Harmer.
He's looking to have a ping, isn't he?
Well, he's taken it himself, and he's won his team another corner. The umpteenth time they've got a corner here this evening.
And everyone has caused problems. Even when Yarabi have done the right thing, made first contact, it hasn't been cleared. Generally speaking, Brindabella have picked up a second ball.
Munoz will take. Another left-footed delivery to the near post. Half cleared. Fully cleared by Ikoro. Chase for Gurney with Samir for company. And he will find Jacob Ayul.
The switch might be on here as well. Munoz.
Marjorie Banks has space. Williams. Wilkes. Good forward run this. Marjorie Banks continued his run. Lovely move. And that was a really good interception by Ben Rolfe, who's flat out.
He's done his best to be in the right spot, and he's just struggling a little bit with his legs. Munoz had the freedom of open park at the back post if they could have found him.
They've gone short with this. Dinked into the danger area. Schaefer's won the header. It's hit the bar. Wilkes on the rebound, can't send it home. The Blues were so close to a fourth. Danger still not averted. Marjorie Banks in. They still can't clear it. Schaefer's up there again. And it's bounced wide, and it might be. It's a goal kick. And Steve, I'll just do these sponsors quickly. Allstate Towing, broken down or been in an accident? Give Allstate Towing a call, your 24/7 local trusted towing company. Electro Tinj proudly supporting the Capital Football Australia Cup qualifying rounds. Deakin Club, the family-friendly football club. Kitro Excavations for your excavation and earth-moving needs. Rhythm Snowsports, ignite the Stoke. Canberra PC Repair, IT support when you need it most. LJ Hooker, for your real estate needs, contact Lukas Cole at LJ Hooker. And Xela Construction, commercial builders proudly supporting grassroots football. Thanks for them this year. We will be able to bring you a whole stack of Australia Cup matches.
Yeah, wonderful.
Across the men's and women's. Before we even get to the semi-finals, we're planning on about 17 matches for people to watch.
Absolutely
because of our
fabulous.
sponsors' generosity this year. And that means it's pretty much nearly every game in the men's and women's.
I mean, it's just the cup competition has... Just wait.
Wilkes tries to get in behind. And the Women's Fed Cup, we're going to get White Eagles in their first match as well. They play Majura in the Federation Cup Premier Round. Majura in the Women's Premier League for the first time this year as well. So that'll be interesting. We'll bring that one to you as well. March 26th, I think that one's on.
It's just the Cup has become such an attractive competition that I think people have a genuine interest in it. So the sponsors allowing you to telecast as many games as you do is brilliant.
Well, judging by the amount of phones pinging that they couldn't see the pictures, swung in towards Vitchins. There was a lot of people watching tonight, and Ollie Vitchins, well, he should have scored. Met that on the far post. He'll be disappointed, the central defender. As I said, bagged 8 last year.
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity to add to his tally. But Yarabi have won a number of headers from set pieces. Not enough, but they've won some, but they just can't clear it. The headed clearances are basically dropping into dangerous areas, and Brindabella are a bit too strong to actually making them sort of mistakes go away.
Williams kept it alive and then found Wilkes. Ayul with the crossing opportunity. Runners on the far post.
Good header.
Only as far as Gurney. Harmer clips it back in towards that far post, and Schaefer, well, half an inch taller, might have been getting his head on that.
Not a bad ball, though. Not a bad ball. Harmer is actually, he's looked quite busy. Looks like he's enjoying his football, playing in that midfield for Brindabella.
Into the final 60 seconds of the first half. You wonder how much Aisha Strutt is going to add on here. If you love your football, don't forget tomorrow, Woden Valley versus Majura. We're back here, 6:30. Friday night, Capital Football YouTube channel. It's the Capital Futsal Charity Shield. Gold versus blue, where we actually pick the teams out of a bowl, old school. You pick one, I pick one, and we have mixed the two teams up from the men's and women's competitions, and we have ourselves a bit of fun. Got a nice little Uno cards coming into play there. I'll tell you about that in a moment, since Wilkes might be in. It still might come for Wilkes. Well defended at the back by Gianpaolo.
Yeah.
We've got an Uno card for futsal on Friday, which, if played by the coach, means they can swap an opposition player for a referee for 2 minutes. And the opposition player has to referee the game. And the referee has to play for the opposition for a couple of minutes. And they can play that card, I think, once a half.
And pick up 4?
No, I mean, just a bit of fun. We'll see how we go. Sunday, there's 4 matches for you live on YouTube in the Capital Football Charity Shield. In the Belconnor versus Majura, I think it is, in the girls' 17s. Canberra Croatia versus Canberra Olympic in the boys' 18s. Then Belconnor versus Canberra Olympic in the women's. And then we finish off with Gungahlin versus O'Connor Knights in the men's. Melrose Synthetic, your venue there. Gold Coin donation. Match programmed by Gold Coin as well. All the matches live on YouTube, Capital Football's YouTube channel. And then next week or the week after, we're back in the cup action again. Never stops. Here's Harmer.
Well, since the third goal's gone in, Yarabi have been a better looking outfit. They've defended a little bit better. They've been able to keep Brindabella a little quieter. I mean, obviously they've got a mountain to climb, and you can't see any other thing besides a Brindabella win, and there'll probably be other goals as they fatigue in the second half, but they've just lifted their effort a little bit in the last 10 or 15.
Here goes Hahn. Wilkes might get there first.
Good tackle again, and you get a goal kick out of it. Oh, no, ref.
Chris Highfield came across. He thought he was going to get a goal kick.
He should have.
Well, they're not going to have time for the corner because Aisha Strutt says that'll do for the first half. Steve, in the first half in which the Brindabella Blues have been much the better side, and they've got themselves 3 goals on 1 foot in the last 16.
Oh, they'll be in the last 16 unless there's a major catastrophe. But it was the first 10 minutes that set them on the way. They started the game well. They were dominant. They got the 2 goals that put them in front. They've been able to capitalise on set pieces in the main. There haven't been a lot of chances created from free play, but the set pieces have had Yarabi in all sorts of difficulties since the game started. To Yarabi's credit, I've got to say, last 10 or 15 minutes and for periods in that first half, they looked like they could play a bit and make a game of it.
They've put the effort in, haven't they? But they're struggling at the back to deal with the set pieces. The first 2 brought goals for Curtis Schaefer in the 5th and 9th minute, and then halfway through the half, Henry Wilkes turned one home after Schaefer had struck the post. And at half-time, it's Yarabi who are struggling here and Brindabella Blues who are on their way, unless there's a cup miracle to the last 16. At half-time, it's Yarabi 0, Brindabella Blues 3.
You did really well, Deakin.
Welcome back to Ipan Park. We're at half-time. It's Brindabella Blues 3, Yarabi 0. We're here watching the Australia Cup Round 3, brought to you by our sponsors, Allstate Towing. Broken down or been in an accident? Give Allstate Towing a call, your 24/7 local trusted towing company. Electro Tinj, proudly supporting the Capital Football Australia Cup qualifying rounds. Deakin Club, the family-friendly football club. Kitro Excavations for all your excavation and earth-moving needs. Rhythm Snowsports, ignite the stoke. Canberra PC Repair, IT support when you need its most. LJ Hooker, for your real estate needs, contact Lukas Cole at LJ Hooker. And Xela Construction, commercial builders, proudly supporting grassroots football. There's your sponsors again. I'm Russ Gibbs. Steve Forshaw is with me. Steve, we're told there's going to be a change in goal for the Blues at half-time. Reece Flissinger is done, and he will be replaced by Seb Bello-Rowan, so we're told. And who's calling me?
It looks to be the case, and an opportunity, I guess, for what might be the understudy to Reece Flissinger in the season proper to get some game time under his belt. So not a bad time to come in to play a cup game, because he can just come in and be very, very relaxed about all this.
This is when we play Has There Been Any Other Changes? I can't see any from Brindabella Blues. Looks like everybody else is as you were.
Yeah.
This is where Declan, being part of Yarabi Football Club, will be able to tell me if there's any changes. Declan Smith, my offsider.
Well, there's one change. There's a strong room, and they're not coming back.
They've got to do it. Well, the referees aren't here either, so Ray Junior's obviously done his half-time talk. It's 3-0 here. It's 3-0 at the break as well over at Melrose Synthetic. Canberra Juventus 3, Narrabundah 0 at the break. Patrick Shaw gave Juventus the lead. Tom Costantini with a brace for himself, and well, they're 3-0 up. The winners of that game will play Ugali in round 4. The other matches in this round: Woden Valley v Madura tomorrow, live on Bar TV at 6:30 from here. Bar TV? Capital Football YouTube, I should say. There's a faux pas. Now, White Eagles versus Burns is the other. The round 4 draw, Steve, well, we've got a bit of time. Looking like Juventus versus Ugali. Canberra Croatia versus ANU. O'Connor Knights versus Gungahlin United. The winner of Eagles or Burns will play, well, at the moment, Brindabella Blues. Tuggeranong United versus Canberra Olympic. Belconnen versus Queanbeyan City. Tigers versus the winner of Woden Valley or Madura. And West Canberra Wanderers against Monero Panthers. Some good ties in there.
Big one with the All Premier or the NPL clash.
Cup holders versus the league champions. We'll see it on Sunday in the Charity Shield.
Yeah.
They'll meet each other in the cup.
Yeah, and
some really intriguing ties. Tuggeranong United against Canberra Olympic. I mean, new look Canberra Olympic under Ryan Grogan. Plenty of new players. Belconnen United against Queanbeyan City. Queanbeyan City Premier League now. Belconnen United. Well, that's where they want to be, and they've recruited well too.
They're looking quite strong. I mean, I think Queanbeyan will be a real test for them, because they're going to go into the game with a handful of pre-season games, but they're not quite the same as playing competitive matches, as do Queanbeyan. But, I mean, Queanbeyan want to lay down a marker straight away. Belconnen's priority will be to get promoted, but they'll want to do well in the cup as well. But, yes, I think there's some really good games. How Olympic go against Tuggeranong is anybody's guess, because they have recruited very well.
They both played a pre-season friendly against each other on the weekend, ended 0-0. Tuggeranong were missing a few players. Yeah. West Canberra Wanderers, Monero Panthers repeat of the 2022 final, which Monero equalised late on and then won it in extra time. And, of course, Canberra Croatia versus ANU. Last time they met was back in 2019 in a semi-final at Hawker. Canberra Croatia were trailing, and ANU missed a penalty, which probably would have won it for them. And Daniel Colbertaldo scored an absolute screamer to win it for Croatia. We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we just thought ANU were going to spring the biggest of cup shocks.
Well, they'd knocked Belconnen out in the round before, and then went on to play Canberra United, I think, as they were.
And this was Belconnen United back when they were a Premier League force, in the NPL.
I know that because I was coaching the Belconnen team at the time to a resounding defeat.
And then we rubbed salt in the wound by getting you to commentate the semi-final.
I know, thank you very much.
But what a game that was, and ANU, well, they'll be new look again this season. They always are, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not they come out with a different looking side for that. We're looking forward to those games. Quite a few of those will be live on YouTube. At the moment, I think we've penciled in Croatia, ANU, O'Connor, Gungahlin, Tuggeranong Olympic, Belco, Queanbeyan, the Tigers game, and West Canberra Monero, pretty much all of them, depending on when they're going to be played. We will see. Now then, has there been any changes for Yarabi? Looking around.
Hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's more or less. I mean, I'll stand corrected, but I think it's more or less
Yeah,
the same
looks like the same 11 to me. No changes yet.
Same goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yeah,
They've only got the one, haven't they?
So the only change is in goal for Brindabella,
Yeah.
where Seb Bello Rowan joins us, young goalkeeper. Reece Flissinger was telling us at half-time he's very capable between the posts.
Yeah, it may not be a big test for him tonight, but it's a good way to sort of introduce yourself to the senior team. I mean, I don't know how many games he's played in the past or how many games he's played in the pre-season, but this is probably the first competitive match he'll have played this season, at least.
Well, we're almost ready to get going. Brindabella Blues with the comfortable half-time lead given to them by the brace of goals from Curtis Schaefer in the 5th and 9th minutes, and a goal from Henry Wilkes midway through the half after Schaefer's shot had rebounded off the base of the post. And that's the story of the match. Schaefer's got himself a yellow card, as has Dom Gianpaolo, we believe. Yarabi in their huddle.
I think they don't want a 10 minutes like they had at the start of the first half. If they can hold them out for 10 minutes, then maybe we get a respectable scoreline at the end of the night. But if Brindabella start like they did in the first half, or Yarabi are just still in the changing room, then you're going to find that this might just blow out to a cricket score.
Well, Yarabi will hope not, and so will everybody connected with that football club. For those of you who've never heard of Yarabi before, they're represented by a word derived from the Ngunnawal language, the language of the traditional owners of the land on which they play football. Yarabi is an updated traditional representation of the word many know as Yarabi, and means to walk.
Right,
So
well, that's what they've been doing.
It's a bit harsh. They might have missed out on finals last season. They finished 5th in the Community League 3 with 33 points. They missed out on goal difference. They only lost 3 matches in the entirety of their league campaign.
It's a good campaign, isn't it?
Yeah, when you miss out on finals, it's a bit rough. They scored 42 goals last season, conceded 25. Their defensive record was the 3rd best in their league. Fair to say they're not come up against a strike force quite as productive as Curtis Schaefer and Henry Wilkes.
Well, they certainly would have done against West Canberra Wanderers last year. And they did really well in that game. Different squad, obviously.
Riley Williams wants to take on Jared Nichols. Wasn't happy at half-time, Jared Nichols, was he, when he came off?
No, he had a bit to say. I think somebody had been giving him a bit of a slagging on the park.
Ale finds Marjorie Banks. Amazing how many people come and tell us. And it's like, what can we do about it? Ollie Vitchins. Gurney. Harmer, you've never sent anyone off from here, have you? You might have suggested it. Munoz finds Vitchins. The lights are on here at Ipon Park, and they're very good lights, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's a good facility. You just need to do something about the pitch.
Schaefer. And the walk from the changing room.
That's a long walk, isn't it?
It is when you're carrying these scaffolds, my friends. Clipped into the penalty area. So Donjic comes and gets. Bowls it out.
Yeah, ambitious.
Munoz got there ahead of Samir. Got it back. Huang.
Oh, that'd be good. He didn't see the switch. Did not see the switch. But a more encouraging first few minutes.
Jacob Oyul with the throw for the away team playing at home. One of the little quirks that we love at Capital Football, isn't it? Very first match in the NPL season is on the 30th of March. That's on a Sunday. Highfield clears up there. That's Ugali versus Tigers. It's a standalone game from round 20. So we start the season with round 20.
How does that happen?
I'll tell you about that in just a second. Schaefer looked to get the shot away. He's got space on that side for Allen to swing it into the middle. There's a standalone midweek section of games this year.
Yes,
and one of them is Ugali versus Tigers.
Right.
And of course, Ugali can't travel. Tigers can't travel to Ugali in midweek and get there in time. So they're playing it on March 30. So it's the first standalone game of the NPL season. Round 1's the following week. So we will be in Griffith for round 1, Solomad Stadium.
That's common sense.
Well, at least they've got there. I mean, it makes it a bit funny when you're looking at
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
a standalone, but it's a good start to the year to go down to Ugali. One of those sides potentially, if it's not a draw, will have the honour of being top of the league for a week.
Yeah, or both. Yeah.
Yep. Could get a point each.
Yeah.
Tigers would be top on alphabetical order then, wouldn't they?
Yes. Yes, unless Ugali changed their name to Aaron Aardvark.
Gives them a chance, though. If you do win that first game, I mean, potentially, you could. Everyone's playing catch-up, aren't they?
Well, yeah. But...
and have we got a round one set of fixtures coming up as well on the Friday, 4th of April? Tigers versus Panthers from Riverside, now Strider Park, they call it.
Strider Park?
Yeah, under a new sponsorship deal.
Oh, right.
At the Riverside. And then on the Saturday, the small matter of the Croatian derby from O'Connor. O'Connor Knights versus Canberra, Croatia, some way to kick off round one of the NPL here in Canberra. And on the Sunday, Queanbeyan City, they're at home to Ugali. So 3 huge games, and Tuggeranong play Cungarlin United as well on Sunday afternoon, all those games live. In the Women's National Premier League, round one, Belconnen versus Canberra Olympic. What a huge match that is.
That's the 2 main protagonists, isn't it?
In round one of the competition. So all that to look forward to on NPL.
What did you call the Croatian derby? What did you call it?
The Chivapi derby.
That was it.
Yeah. It's taken off as well, the Chivapi derby, but we're really looking forward to that at O'Connor in round one as well. All the games. Round one's always something to look forward to, isn't it? Brand new players, sometimes new coaches. Yeah. Everyone's hopes are high.
Well, everybody starts at with 0 points.
Yarabi hopes are high here. Ben Rolfe with a long throw. Samir with the overheads. And that's a really good stop. I think it might have gone out of play before Bella Rowan got there, but best that we've seen from Yarabi.
What a great attempt. Great throw. Weapon of a throw. And he's got the overhead kick in. Very spectacular. And he hit the post. Hit the post.
Did it hit the outside of the post?
Yeah.
Ali Samir. Yeah. Excellent effort.
Great effort. Dead unlucky.
Well, better from Yarabi in the second half.
Possible that Brindabella have just taken the foot off the pedal a bit and doing it at a less intense pace. But Yarabi have started the second half with some intent, which is good to see. Obviously, the half-time talk has worked wonders.
Under the not quite full moon, is that over there? Schaefer used his strength well. Looking for Wilkes. Scooped away by Nichols. It'll be another corner.
Yeah, what are they going to do with that? I mean, he goes with his left foot. He probably gets it away further up the park, but he's gone with his right foot and it's out for a corner. And they haven't dealt with these at all well.
There's the minutest of breeze now, Steve, which is rather nice. A beautiful evening here.
Clear skies, huh?
Fantastic night in Cornwall.
Even the bugs have disappeared.
They're gone. Declan walked away. Took his wallet with him.
Harsh. Very harsh.
Munoz swings it in. And there's Schaefer at the near post. Might come out here for Wilkes, who was lurking. Shot from Harmer, but it'll go wide.
No harm done, you might say.
You might do. We'd rather not, though. That's terrible, Steve. I mean, it's not as bad as your joke you gave us before kickoff.
I mean, that was average, I must admit.
Substitutions coming. Keep an eye on this because there is a bucket full of them. All 4 from the bench, I think, are making their way. Jonathan John, Christopher John, Daniel McKinney are coming on. That's at least 4. Jacob Ayul's off.
Curtis Schaefer's off.
We have to come to halfway. Prabnor Upal is coming on. Curtis Schaefer's come off. Well, we're going to have to figure this one out.
I think...
Christopher John's gone on up top for Curtis Schaefer. Daniel McKinney has gone into defence, I believe, for Jacob Ayul. Jonathan John is coming on in the middle. Someone's off on the far side. I can't see who that is. I think it's Riley Williams, potentially.
Yeah.
And Upal's come on, I think, for Gurney. We will keep an eye on that for you.
That might be Gurney over there.
Yeah, I think Gurney's come off for Upal as the other fullback. I believe it's Riley Williams who's made way. So there's your 4 changes. McKinney has replaced Jacob Oil on that right side. Tall lad, Daniel McKinney.
This guy's replaced Ayul.
Yeah, that's Nabu Prabnur Upal on this near side. There's a second change.
Good defending. Good defending. Bundled him off the ball. Got a turn in. Played a pass.
And Riley Williams has come off up top for Jonathan John.
Oh, yeah, well done.
Was that for me, for getting the subs right, or for the play?
Well, yeah, you can have credit for that.
Off goes Aluka, chasing. Vitchins got there first. Munoz, Marjorie Banks to spin. Was looking for Allen, but it'll be picked up by Jaden Gray. So both Johns up top.
Yeah.
Sign from Ugali.
Yeah, they'll add a little bit of depth to the Brindabella squad. They've been around for a long time. Had a few clubs now. Gungahlin, I remember them playing for.
Bit of Premier League experience under their belt now as well.
Yeah, I thought they did reasonably well for Ugali last year, but couldn't quite crack a starting spot. But Ugali, towards the end of the season, after the window closed and the boys had gone there, really hit the straps. So it was hard to break into the starting 11.
Played most of their football in the 23s, couple of games off the benches in first grade.
Yeah.
Michael John switched clubs this year. He's signed for O'Connor Knights, the other John brother. Jonathan John finds Christopher John on its way to Harmer. Going the long way round Finn Harmer.
Didn't quite connect the way he wanted, but the goalkeeper's, oh well, we've got an injury here. Dead soldier.
A rolled ankle, perhaps. It looks in a bit of pain.
Yeah.
Not sure who that is at the moment.
Rolf, I think.
I think it's Ben Rolfe, yeah, the number 3. That'd be a loss for them, not just for now, but they're hoping that the season doesn't stop quite some time. But I understand Brindabella Blues have added to their ranks in the week. Chilean lad on his way over.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Every team in the Capital League is strengthening. It's going to be a very, very even competition. I mean, we don't know yet, do we, what the promotion relegation situation is at the end of 2025.
We'd like to know.
Yeah, we'd like to know. I think everybody would.
Well, Yarabi have held out at the start of the second half.
How long we played, Russ?
We played 11 minutes.
Well, that's a much better start to the second half than they had in the first.
I think we're going to get a change, though.
Yeah.
Charles Bob is about to come on. This is when they make them walk up to halfway, which is right in front of us. Not the bench, which is to the left of us. You can see it when Michael pulls the camera just to the left there. You can see both dugouts are to our left. That's because the pitch is normally much further down towards the fence, and these dugouts are then on the halfway line either side of as you are. But this time of the season, they've, of course, brought the pitch up to save it a bit. Under the lights, which is much better for us here. Ben Rolfe can be pleased with his work tonight, I think, the midfielder. He's been replaced by Bob, and here's a chance for, well, Christopher John, who was in the back. Couldn't quite get it square. Jonathan John was on the far post.
Interesting distribution.
He's only found McAdee. Harmer to turn in field. Looking for Allen. Margie Banks won it back. Bit of an air swing and a chance here for Christopher John. Wants a corner. He's not going to get one.
Oh, surely it was a corner.
Nothing doing from our match officials.
No, and they're closer than I am.
The Blues have emptied the bench. One left on the bench, Nico Blaskovic.
Is that a sort of extra time, extra sub?
There's an extra sub, yeah. They've made 5.
The Blues have.
Well, they've made 4, sorry, of 5.
Oh, he's going
No,
back
they've made
on.
5, yeah.
He's
They've
going
made
back
5.
on.
Well, Ben Rolfe has come on. So who did Charles Bob come on for then?
Oh, no.
He didn't come on, did he? He sat back down.
There you go.
He's run it. They're giving the midfielder a chance to run it off. Do you know what? Felt a bit like Chris Kamara there, Steve.
No, I think...
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
I
just
do.
YouTube it. Just YouTube Chris Kamara Sky Sports, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, he missed a significant event.
He certainly did. Not as significant as a substitute, clearly. But Rolf back on into that midfield.
Well, certainly they're making this a one-on-one free kick that's spread out all across the park.
Well, they've been better in the start of the second half. You don't know how much the nerves hit them in the first half. Marjorie Banks, and you don't know how much Brindabella have taken their foot off the gas as well.
And the changes that Brindabella have made, bulk changes just after half-time will interrupt their sort of flow. But to Yarabi's credit, they've come out and had a bit of a dig. It's pleasing for them.
Harmer and Allen exchange passes. After the long legs of McInerney won that ball. Ollie Vitchins. Here's Munoz. Plenty of room for him to launch that missile of a left foot. What a pass that is. And Allen's got him behind the flag. He's up.
Unlucky. Good ball. Good ball, good movement.
And that's what we talked about in the first half, about how you like to get Munoz on the ball. You'd like to see him close to the goal because of his ability. But when he can play a pass like that and turn defence into attack with one ball over the top. Unfortunately, Allen had just strayed a little on that occasion.
I mean, it's something you've got to work on as a team. That if you've got a player that can actually distribute as well as he does from the back, how you actually get your midfield involved is a challenge.
Wilkes.
It's really about coming back towards your midfield from your front players.
Good run from Wilkes. Down he goes. Penalty kick. A shirt pull and a trip. Yeah. Take your pick. Henry Wilkes just the will of the wisp. Just a bit too tricky for Yarabi, and a penalty, and well, he wants it.
Look, it's definitely a penalty, no doubt about that. But you've got to be questioning why you do that. I mean, he's going parallel to the 18-yard line towards the goal line. He's not going to cause you too many problems there if you defend properly. But this was to me, that's a bit of a lazy challenge.
A tired challenge, perhaps just past the hour mark. Henry Wilkes already on the score sheet, wants chance to double his tally and put the Blues out of sight. Alex Sadonjic waits.
Yeah. Should have just let him, make him earn his chance instead of giving him one.
It was a slaloming run from Wilkes that was halted illegally, and he's picked himself up. And from the penalty spot, has a chance for his second. As Sadonjic saves it! And he gets the biggest cheer of the night from the fans and the Yarabi supporters. The goalkeeper has his cup moments and denies Wilkes from the spot.
He will dine out on that for the rest of the season.
How do I think that might be on his social media channels a little bit later? Alex Sadonjic with a cup penalty save. Wasn't the greatest of hits from Wilkes, but the keeper needs to be there.
Yeah, the keeper did his job.
They'll be disappointed, the Blues, not to have extended their lead. Apal with the throw. Munoz wants to go long. Brought down by Jonathan John. McInerney. He's got Christopher John, who's made the run to the near post. And in the end, his pass went between both him and Allen.
Oh, here we go.
Huang off of Sadonjic's kick. Poles won it back. Marjorie Banks. Great moment for the goalkeeper.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It keeps the tie alive a little bit.
Picked the right direction, didn't he? And then got down to it.
In all honesty, he had a lot of time to pick the direction because it was not the best penalty you've ever seen.
Wilkes is offside.
Again, I mean, they've got to be able to look across the line. Ray John will be tearing his hair out.
Be disappointed, Henry Wilkes, because he won that penalty with his perseverance and his run. But if you're going to miss a penalty, 3-0 up in a cup tie is probably the time to do it.
I should imagine he will get some ribbing from his teammates, though.
We might not be on penalties for a while.
He might be on fines duty for missing it.
The keeper saves it. Is it really a miss?
Did it go in? No.
It's not the worst penalty I've seen all day. Darwin Núñez, Curtis Jones.
I didn't see them, but
doesn't matter. They missed.
Yeah.
As Paris Saint-Germain, for those of you that didn't watch it this morning, knocked out
Liverpool.
the unbeatable Liverpool, apparently.
Over the 2 games, PSG have been the better team.
How on earth Liverpool won in Paris? Talk about a smash and grab. It was incredible, wasn't it? But they got done this morning. Bit unfortunate with the goal, wasn't it? I don't know if you've seen it. Kanati slides in to try and clear it. Takes it away from his own goalkeeper, and Dembele gets a tap in on the goal line.
No, I've only read about it. I haven't
football.
seen the goal itself. That's a great ball.
That's a good ball. And Paris Saint-Germain, ironically now, are one of the favourites to win that competition. And when they had Neymar, Messi, and
others,
and the others, Mbappe, couldn't win it.
Well, they've gone from being an all-star outfit to a solid team under Luis Enrique. He's done really well with them. I actually fancy it to win it for me.
Well, they've got an interesting half of the draw, aren't they? If they go all the way, they will be playing Barcelona. Here's a chance in the back here for Jonathan John. Great stop. It's come out for Christopher John, and it's off the line by Dom Gianpaolo. Sadonic in the first instance, Gianpaolo in the second, and Yarabi fighting for their lives here.
Sadonic is going to be the toast of Yarabi. Penalty save. Great one-on-one save. His second half has been fantastic for him.
He's getting the congratulations from his teammates as well, and why not? Super stop.
It was a great save.
From the goalkeeper. Because Jonathan John caught that.
He couldn't have done much more. I mean, he probably got it a little bit too high, but all credit to the keeper. Great save.
He's had a good 5 minutes as Alex Sadonic.
Yeah, doesn't want to spoil it now with something sloppy from a set piece. Hoping his defenders can do the right thing in front of him.
Well, give him the kiss of death. They've defended them better since the 10th minute, haven't they? And that swings in. It's gone all the way in. Have given them the kiss of death. I think it's Munoz straight from the corner. And Brindabella have got themselves a fourth. And there's your luck.
There's your luck. Yeah, when you need your keeper to do something, he's found a little bit wanting. He's gone over his head. Mind you, he may have set up wrong. I'm sure they would have wanted somebody on the post. They would have cleared that. Anyway, Munoz puts it in the back of the net. And I'm not going to say he meant it, but I'm not going to say he didn't.
The Olympico, they call it, don't they?
Oh, yeah, name for everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. I call it fluke.
What's an Olympico?
Apparently it's a goal from a corner. Oh. Munoz doesn't care. He's been delivering those devilish balls in all night, and Sadonic can't get in the way of that one. A little bit later than advertised, Charles Bob for Ben Rolfe. Told you it was going to happen.
Have a look at these boots.
Jeez, they are some pair of boots from Charles Bob, aren't they? I don't know if Michael can see them. They're glinting gold.
Gold soles.
Gold soles. Dear, oh dear. We've got to be able to play this, boy, with those boots.
I know. More than a bob's worth in there.
Do you know what? I can't stop looking at them now. McKinney, 4-0 to the Brindabella Blues.
Yeah, that might just open the floodgates.
Live Australia Cup football brought to you on Capital Football's YouTube channel by our official cup sponsors, Allstate Towing, Electro Tinj, Deakin Club, Kitro Excavations, Rhythm Snowsports, Canberra PC Repair, LJ Hooker and Xela Constructions. You'll see their logos floating across the screen. Thanks to them for their sponsorship. That's a good bit of defending. Or is it? It's hit his own post. And now it's loose in front of goal. It must be surely for John, and he's blazed it over as Christopher John. And how on earth did that get past the goalkeeper in the first instance?
The goalkeeper came, and the header took it past
the post
and hit the bar. Yeah.
Dom Gianpaolo was calm as you like with the header back, but the goalkeeper...
I think he meant to play it off the bar.
Oh, it's calm, isn't it? Calm defending. When it came out to Christopher John, and, well, should have hit the target. Jonathan John denied by a stunning save from Sadonic. Christopher John had his chance as well. They've made an impact, those two. It's all over at Juventus. Adam Exarchos has scored the fourth for them against Narrabundah. Juventus 4, Narrabundah 0. Juventus making their way through as expected, and they will face Ugali. Still a bit of time to play, they've time to add more goals, but much like here, I think it's game over.
Yeah, result is fixed, scoreline to be amended.
Well, we're midway through the second half. Yarabi 0, Brindabella Blues 4. Woden Valley Majura here tomorrow. Woden Valley from Capital League Open 4, or Community League Open 4, I should say, and 3. They're a mixed team. So a mixed team of 9 players, I'm told, from their championship-winning Division 4 side, and 7 players from the Division 3 side that finished a bit lower down the table than they would have liked. And they're playing a Majura side from Division 3 as well. So that'll be interesting tomorrow. And there's some great stories coming out of the Woden Valley squad, which we will go into in more depth tomorrow with Sam Watson and myself. It's Marjorie Banks. Munoz.
Predictable, but effective.
Launches it towards the far post. Jonathan John was the target. It's come up for Allen. Can he twinkle toes his way through? Denied by Gray. Corner kick again. Munoz will jog over.
Looking for a second. Olympico.
Well, on this occasion, Jared Nichols has placed himself on the far post.
Which he probably should have done in the first place.
What did they say about stable doors and shutting it after the horse has bolted?
Too late. Mind you, if you're genuinely having an attempted goal direct from a corner, it needs to go in at the near post, not the far post. That's the element of luck that he got on the last occasion. So see what he can do here. Certainly, goalkeeper is in a crowd of players.
Well, it is. London rush hour. Munoz again angles it into the area. It's bouncing around. Someone's had a swing and a miss. I think it was Ollie Wichens, the captain. Upal forced backwards. Calmer. That's calm. Did the right thing. Bella Rohan's been a virtual spectator. Marjorie Banks.
And is it his brother that's gone MPL? Marjorie Banks, are they related?
Yes. Yeah. They've got one Marjorie Banks left here and the other one replaced him.
Where's he gone, the other one?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I think it's O'Connor Knights. It's a big move.
Yeah.
Here's a chance for Christopher John. Bends it goalwards, not far away.
No, not a bad effort.
Looking at Marjorie Banks signing here from West Canberra Wanderers. Second change coming the way of Yarabi. And it's Eric Peng who's going to come on. No, it's not. It's Ethan Berry. Wearing number 20. Ethan Berry is coming on for Jared Nichols. And Ethan Berry looks like he's going to drop into that right back position. Nichols has worked hard. He's had to. The wingers from Brindabella Blues have had a good night. Still trying to play here, Yarabi. All credit to them.
Much improved second half. And that's good football.
They've had their moments, haven't they? Samir's overhead kick, which hit the outside of the post. The penalty save from Sadonjic. The cracking save from John as well.
Look, the moments that they've had have been few and far between, but they've looked like in their own competition they can be really competitive.
Like I said, last year they just missed out on goal difference from finals, and goal here or there can change things for you.
Certainly the second half performance here has been a marked improvement on what we saw in the first half, so they can be justifiably pleased with that effort.
The debut goal for Jasper Millen over at Melrose Synthetic for Juventus.
David Millen? Oh, David Millen?
Potentially, yes. Jasper Millen, 5-0 Juventus now leads. Touch there, Michael Scaff. I think Juve are enjoying themselves now against Narrabundah. Munoz walks. Bit of a loose one, Ikoro. Lukas, and now Samir and Ikoro's made their run forwards. Munoz. There are no moods to give up a clean sheet here, are they, the Blues?
No. I mean, that's their real challenge now, isn't it? See the game out, score as many as you can, keep a clean sheet.
Munoz again with that raking left foot ball, looking for Allen.
Good header.
Great covering by Jaden Gray. Popped forward by Ethan Talbot, but picked up again by Brindabella Blues.
He's got so much space, hasn't he, Munoz?
Marjorie Banks. It's been a good signing, I think, actually, on Marjorie Banks. There'll be sterner tests to come for him in the CPL, but he's done all right in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
On a competitive debut for the club. That's what you want, isn't it?
You wouldn't get an easier sort of introduction to CPL than this, but he's done okay.
Well, all you can ask for is lots of touches of the ball and to complete your passes, isn't it? And that's what he's done.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter who's in the opposition shirts. Gray's ball forward was looking for Yarabi.
And when you're at a new club, you want to impress as well, don't you? So
Wilkes nods it down. Ethan Berry's first involvement. Munoz again, enjoying himself, just stroking it around. Harmer finds Upal. Loose touch for him. Bob Huang got involved. And he's cramped up.
That's not surprising. He's actually worked pretty hard up and down this line.
Harmer finds Christopher John, who's used his strength to get in behind. And here's Jonathan John. Comes out for Upal to strike across goal. And Yarabi get rid of it.
Good touch.
Marjorie Banks, brilliant. Harmer tries to force his way through, denied by Gianpaolo. It's coming back again, though, through Allen.
They're tired now. Yarabi, they're tired. They've done a lot of chasing. First 20.
We've got a quarter of an hour left to see.
First 30.
Yeah, quarter of an hour to go of this match. They trail by 4. They do have a couple of subs that they could bring on. Sebastian Di Giulio, Oliver Wallenius and Eric Peng, but they've only got the one window left. So,
you might as well give the boys a ring.
well, I think Adam Leeson's got them all next to him. Maybe he's chatting to them all about that exact thing. Well, won by Jonathan John. Here's Christopher John. Bit of a tired-looking ball from Wilkes. Ikoro, now there's a break on. 3-on-2 momentarily. Samir. Can't get it under control, and there's too many yellow shirts around him.
I mean, obviously his touch wasn't quite up to it then, but he's made himself available. He hasn't gone hiding, this young bloke on the... What's his name? Sorry?
Ali Samir. He's been working hard, hasn't he?
He has. He has. He certainly hasn't hidden.
This half he swapped with Nathan Aluka, who's dropped a bit deeper.
And they'd look better for him.
There's not much of him in height-wise, is there, Samir? But he's got that stocky build, which makes him difficult to play against.
And he covers the ground. He gets across the ground. It's quite quick.
Munoz finds Opal. Harmer. Vitchins. Marjorie Banks, space to turn.
Got to do better with that ball. No pressure. You should be hitting your targets.
Underhit the dink, didn't he? Got the old wrong club out of the bag.
Yeah. I mean, it was the right idea. It was the right ball to play. We just didn't
Well, that's much better to slide it through. And here's a chance for John, and denied again. Another wonderful stop. Jonathan John was in. And Sadonjic, well, saves it with his legs.
Absolutely. Save it with anything you can. That's what goalkeepers are there for. But to be honest, he probably should have scored. But the goalkeeper's done his job again.
Is it third time the charm for Jonathan John? Surely this time it is. Sadonjic can't keep him out this time, and Jonathan John does get his name on the score sheet. And the Blues have 5.
He had a good attempt at keeping it. He got a hand to it. But, yeah, just reward for Jonathan John, who's come on and caused all sorts of problems. Hasn't been able to finish, but he has got his goal now. We've got a little injury here. Who's this now?
Henry Wilkes, I think, got caught. Playing the ball through when it was Jonathan John, and third time was the charm for him. Like you say, Sadonjic got his hand on it.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite keep it out, though. And it's 5 for the Blues. I mentioned there's bags of goals in these games in this round for them. Well, there's another 5 for you.
I don't think it's finished yet. Although, I'm firmly on the side of Yarabi here, because the second half performance has been much better.
Well, Yarabi made round 4 in 2023, their first ever game in the cup competition. They had a bye, then they played Ugali and were beaten by 4-0. Last year they drew 4-all, so there is a stack of goals in their games as well when they play in the cup. Marjorie Banks. You hope it doesn't blow out for them, because they don't deserve it, do they? They've put a lot of effort into this.
Yeah. They've defended much better. I mean, they've been under the pump for 90 minutes.
There goes Charles Bob in his shining boots. Harmer steps in, tried to dink it over Highfield. Not a chance of that happening. Luka took it down nicely and then sends Samir off on a run. There's a bit of a slope on it, this pitch. Don't know if you noticed.
You can't help but notice.
Bob's after this, making a knife nuisance of himself for Daniel McAnee. Henry Wilkes has gone down here again in front of us. They've made all of their subs, I think. I don't think they can make any more. They made 5, so they might be better off just taking him off at this stage at 5-0.
I mean, you don't want to risk.
Speaking of subs, here comes the cavalry. Sebastian Julio, Oliver Wallenius, and Eric Peng, all about to enter the fray. Bob Huang's one of the substitutes. Luka is another, and Samir too.
Samir as well, yeah.
So all change.
Is that 5 for them now?
That's everybody off the bench for Yarabi. They're all going to get their cup moments.
Not 6, is it?
Well, they're allowed to name 6, but they didn't.
Oh, okay.
10 minutes to play. Henry Wilkes trying to walk it off.
Limping off. You're better off fixing that.
They've made 5 subs. I don't think they can make any more, can they? I don't believe so. They made the 5 because they made the goalkeeper at half-time, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they can't make any more, which I think our referee is just checking with the assistant to our right.
They made 1 at half-time.
And then the other 4, Daniel McAnee, both Johns, and Upal, the fullback. So 5 have been made. Yeah. Just checking the paperwork. They could just come and ask me and you, mate. Yeah, we've been paying attention, honestly. Keep up.
I mean, Ray should know.
He did, and Ray said they've made 5. So I don't think Henry Wilkes can come on. Yeah. They can make a 6 in extra time, but I don't
We're not
think
going to extra time.
So they'll play, potentially, with 10 if Henry Wilkes doesn't come back on.
And I wouldn't bring him on if I was Ray, that's for sure.
Well, he's an integral part of this team, isn't he?
Yeah, so you don't want him missing 3 or 4 weeks, do you?
No. And at 5-0, the game's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Barring the biggest of miracles. We've seen the magic of the cup in the past, but that would be something different. Ikoro with Allen. Harmer wins it back. Couldn't get it under control. Upal does well. Munoz, good pressure from Bob.
Good football from Brindabella.
They've worked it out nicely, haven't they?
Yeah, got out of the tight squeeze.
Vitchins was looking for the run at Jonathan John, but pass wasn't going to get to him. He's got there of his own accord, though. And he's often running, Jonathan John, and using his pace and strength to good effect and pulling it back for McAnee, who's put it wide.
Oh, I thought it was going in.
Didn't get the connection he wanted. No. Came off the side of the boots from Daniel McAnee, but great approach work from Jonathan John.
Great change of pace. Go around his defender like he was nailed to the floor. And that should have been a 6, shouldn't it?
Well, they've had plenty of chances to make it 6, haven't they? Missed the penalty. Opportunities for both John brothers. With 9 minutes to go. Yarabi grimly hanging on. 5-0 here. 5-0 between Juventus and Narrabundah as well. But let's not forget these teams. They have to pay their entrance fee to be here, Steve, and they love being part of it. You mentioned it. Just being part of these occasions and for these clubs and having those moments that we talked about, the overhead kick from Samir that hits the post, the penalty save from Sadonjic, things they can look back on.
And they will. I mean, and it's captured on camera.
Vitchins.
But it is an occasion. First round of the Cup. No matter who you play and how strong the opposition are or how weak they are, the first round of the Cup is something that everybody looks forward to.
Well, it starts the season, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're all excited. It's pre-season. The phony war gets done and we're actually competitive matches.
Yeah, we look forward now in anticipation to the start of the CPL and the NPL. But the Cup's underway.
NPL boys got underway on the weekend, didn't it? There was plenty of goals around in all the grades.
Yes, unfortunately, my team was on the wrong end of a score, but didn't play badly.
Against Canberra, Croatia?
Yeah.
Steve's team being Radford College in this instance?
Yes, yes. But Canberra, Croatia is a decent side.
They'll be there or thereabouts at the end. That header's a bit short. Was won back by Gianpaolo. Rapal stepped forward though, and he's created the space. Christopher John, Kieran Allen.
Yeah, changed his mind.
Defended it well. Sebastian Di Giulio putting the pressure on Vitchins. Marjorie Banks, Armour. Looking to find the foot of Christopher John, tried to exchange passes with his brother.
Break early, there a chance, eh?
Well, Bob went. Talbot couldn't find the pass. Got there eventually, didn't they? Switched to this near side and taken down nicely by Ethan Berry.
He's done well since he come on, Ethan Berry. Looks like he can play a bit. The Johns brothers have been impressive as well, though, I've got to say.
Marjorie Banks, Allen. Back again for Marjorie Banks. Allen can deliver into the penalty area. It's come out as far as Rapal, who's done well since he's come on too.
Yeah, yes, he's looked decent.
Good strength and depth maybe for the Blues.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when we talked about it earlier on, they'll face sterner tests than tonight, but...
Here goes Bob.
Could have shot. Could have shot.
Finds the ball out wide to Wallenius, and he almost found the ball through, didn't he?
Yeah. Used his left foot, he might have been a chance.
Do you know what? I've got to get me a pair of those boots that Charles Bob's wearing. Oscar Bob plays for Manchester City. I don't think he's got a pair of boots like that, has he?
Sideshow Bob.
It's an incredible pair of boots, to be fair.
I've never seen anything like it.
Me neither. Harmer. That's a lovely ball. Allen might be in behind you. I think he just got the touch, but look at the pace of Kieran Allen. Sadonic came to collect it.
Man of the match, isn't he? Sadonic, second half.
He's had his moments. 5 to play, plus whatever we're going to add on here at the end of the match. Probably not too much, I wouldn't think. Highfield sliced by Berry. The pile away. Highfield again, stepping up from the back and having a pop. Drags it wide, but they've had a go.
I think that's probably the first shot they've had tonight. I can't remember.
They hit the post, didn't they?
Oh, they hit the post. Of course they did, yeah.
But they haven't had many.
No.
Chris Highfield released the shackles and then saw the whites of the goals. Unfortunately, the shot was nearer the trees, unfortunately for him.
No, not a good shot. Won't be on the highlight reel.
Rapal. Munoz. Nonchalant flick out to Vitchins. Marjorie Banks. Allen again. They've been busy. And there's one for Christopher John to chase. And he's got the pace on Highfield. And can he find the right delivery? There was actually no one in the yellow shirt to pick out. Might have been better holding on to it.
Yeah, I mean, been a bit more patient. There was only 2 players even close to the box. One of his brother was at the far post.
Here's Jonathan John, and he's got himself a goal too. A second for him. Brilliant ball from Allen, and Jonathan John rattles it home. He's got 2 off the bench, and with 3 minutes to go, what's that, 6-0?
6-0. Yeah, 6-0, down to 10 men, and they're still really dominating. I mean, this has been very good performance from Brindabella. They've been a little bit too good for Yarabi today. The ball originally from Jonathan John was trying to find his brother at the far post, and it was in the second phase of that attack that he eventually got it to him, and a crisp finish into the bottom left corner. Makes it 6.
2 off the bench for Jonathan John. Both him and Christopher John have done well since they've come on. Yeah. Giving Ray Jenner something to think about.
They've done very well. I mean, they've shown electric pace, the pair of them.
And the physicality that Yarabi just can't match.
And they're big lads. Unlike their brother, who's a bit smaller. Michael John is a bit shorter.
Well, nice to get a goal off the bench, isn't it? And to get 2. And he's on a hat-trick, Jonathan John. He's not got much time to complete that, but we will see how he goes.
Jonathan John or Christopher John?
That was Jonathan John who scored twice, with the number 15 on his back.
Yeah.
Good job they got different numbers, because they didn't have a clue. The Twins causing mayhem in the Yarabi defence.
Here we go. We'll launch this forward.
Well, they've sent everybody up here near enough, except for Okoro. They've got to be careful, because if they break here with Jonathan John, there's about 5-on-2 here. Luckily, Marjorie Banks, Christopher John couldn't keep himself on side. He was too keen.
Okoro can't move. He's absolutely...
Christopher John's won it back. Here's Jonathan John eyeing up the hat-trick, and it wasn't far away.
Good effort. Struck it well. But, yeah, Yarabi have done well to last as long as they have, but they're out on the feet now.
Well, there's only a minute to go, plus whatever we're going to get added on at the end of the match. It won't be too much, I would have thought. No reason.
There's been no injuries. Huh? Nobody's had to go on. Apart from...
I think we're going to get 2.
Wilkes?
Maybe.
2?
Benjamin Cracknell was trying to signal me, unless he was just being rude.
There's been 140 substitutes. That could be more than 2.
I don't know, maybe it was 2. Marjorie Banks. There's a mercy rule at this stage, isn't there, Alan? To slide it through, good block. Gianpaolo gets rid of it as well. Chases on for Di Julio.
I don't think Yarabi will be too disappointed. I think they were expecting a lot worse.
Well, considering the start where they were 2 down in 9 minutes and 3 down after 22, you did fear the worst for them, didn't you?
You did. But to keep it down to... I mean, it's not an embarrassing scoreline when you consider the difference in quality.
They expected to come out on the wrong side of the scoreboards.
They were right.
Ball's lifted forward for Upal.
Yeah, the only way to defend that's off your shoulder.
Well, whatever works. Upal's still there up against Berry. Munoz drifts away from his marker and looks to deliver, and Christopher John got half a touch on it, not a full touch.
No, it wasn't the best touch.
Finn Harmer. Clips it forward, overhit. And we're into that stoppage time period.
Yarabi, you'll be thinking, you can blow your whistle anytime you like now, ref.
Is there another for Brindabella before we finish? Jonathan John. Christopher John. Back as far as Munoz. Still got plenty in this attack, Brindabella. They fancy a 7th. Munoz swings it in. Is Marjorie Banks wants to have a ping. Was that you?
It was my father.
What was it? Not watching the match then?
Or maybe he is.
Just calling up to give you his opinion on player of the match, maybe.
Yes, I don't think... He's actually... My mum's just had surgery, so he'll be ringing up to let me know how she's going.
Well, he's persistent. Yeah. It's all right, Mr. Forshaw. He'll ring you back in a minute. We've not got far to go. Into the 2nd minute of stoppage time. Okoro, as you said, out on his feet. He can barely move.
Yeah, he's gone.
The midfielder, he's not going to have too much longer to see.
Just the light just glinted off Bob's boots then and near blinded me.
Oh, they've got the purple on them as well when you get closer.
They are something.
Well, it's a foul. Jonathan John through the back.
Funny, isn't it? That was a yellow card in the first half.
I think when you're in the 93rd minute of a football match where it's 6-0, you tend to get away with things like that, don't you? Highfield's hammered that forward, absolutely belted it. Vitchin's watched it. And that'll do, says Aisha Struds. Game over. And Steve Forshaw, Brindabella Blues ease their way into the last 16.
Yeah, look, a bridge too far for Yarabi, that's for sure. I mean, Brindabella played well, won the game comfortably, did everything that they were supposed to do to get through to the next round, scored plenty of goals, kept a clean sheet. They've made sure that their names in the hat. They'll play
the winner of White Eagles or Burns.
So they're a bit of a chance to actually go a bit
to
further
get the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
We'll let you go and answer that phone call because it's clearly important. Curtis Schaefer twice, Henry Wilkes, Daniel Munoz direct from a corner, and a late brace from Jonathan John means Brindabella Blues make their way to the last 16. We'll be back here tomorrow for Woden Valley Majura, same time, same place for Australia Cup qualifying round 3 in Hahn Australia Cup. But here in this fixture is finished. Yarabi 0, Brindabella Blues 6.